Ooh, oh, good afternoon out there. Ah, gosh, I just woke up not too long ago. Actually, about an hour and a half ago. For those who don't know, I'm a severe insomniac, and I was up until like 4 a.m. Um, some things you should never do as an insomniac is find another insomniac that you enjoy talking to. Because when you do that, by God, you never know when you're going to get to bed. It can be awfully weird at times. Ooh, excuse me. You get to see that reflection there from my glasses. Um, well, here's another vlog, and yeah, I'm doing this earlier than I expected. I was going to do it once a month, but I had a request from a friend of mine to go ahead and make sure I do these vlogs at least once a week. He likes hearing them and seeing them. I guess it's just his way of getting to know me. And friends are like that, especially when we're long distance. We like to put a face to the words that we hear or the text that we type a lot of times. So, hey Josh, this is for you. I also want to give a shout out to Strider. Hey, thanks Strider for having me as your friend. When is your new crap coming out, boy? I really would like to see some new dance stuff. It's been a while. Okay, with that done with, sorry there, Strider, but really. Need to see some more stuff, man. You're just awesome. Alright, well, tonight, or I should say today, sorry about that, I'm still kind of confused from this whole being up too dang late. I want to go ahead and cover the Bear Chaser Chub community, which you all know I'm part of. I mentioned the last time. First of all, in case you were confused, I am a Chub. A Chub is defined as a heavy gay man. Now, there is an equivalent of this, of course, in the straight community. It's heavier men or women. Um, we're kind of a subculture in either the straight or the homosexual. We are people who are comfortable with who we are and what our sizes is, and we don't really care about the whole, oh, we've got to be a model, oh, we've got to be Adonis. That's just, we just understand that's a very superficial thing and that there is more to being a person than what the body looks like. Now, granted, being heavier does have its psychological effects, as everything does. Being skinny does, being average. We all have our little problems. But with that said, and yeah, that was a rant, I apologize. With that said, the gay chub chaser community is completely different than anything I've ever run into. I only got introduced to it about 3 years ago, and it's been a wild trip. Bears just amaze me. They just take the stereotypical gay man and just flip it around. You're always told, especially through movies and media and TV, that gay men are these nilly little things, that they're skinny and you know, just very effeminate. And when you run into bears and chubs and chasers, because a lot of us aren't defined like that, they're very masculine, very non-effeminate. It's not uncommon to find out that your car auto mechanic is actually a bear and has liked men for all of his life. So, I mean, it's a different world, and it takes some time to getting used to, especially if you are looking for that effeminate. Now, I'm not going to say we don't have our effeminates. Gosh knows we do. For some reason, it just follows through. Um, it's just nature, I guess. But for the most part, we have a very lacking few of them in the bear chaser and chub community. Now, I want to talk a little bit about chasers. Now, I've never understood where this terminology comes from. Chasers. I don't know exactly who invented it. Bears and chubs make sense, but chasers kind of confuses me. These are skinnier Adonis muscle boys who are chasing, well, I guess that's part of it, what I'm used to saying, chasing heavier men. Why they say it's chasing, I have no understanding, because, if anybody's pursuing anybody, anybody's chasing. So I don't understand how this one little segment and group got called chasers. Maybe someone out there would know. Strider, do you know? If so, post a vlog about it, or maybe have some chasers on there and interview them for us. That would be cool. I'm sure you have better access to them than I do, being in the little city I'm in. Alrighty. With that said, though, I just want to go on. It's a very confusing world. You get kind of I know I do. Now I know a lot of other people get used to it, but I've talked to even chasers who don't understand how it works. You know, when you have a larger guy being pursued by a smaller guy, or a smaller guy getting pursued by a heavier guy, and they actually hit it off. It's like one of those movies that you see where you see that really gorgeous hunky guy walking down the street with that heavier girl, or you see that model walking with that heavier guy, and you're just like, huh? Where'd this come from? But it just shows that love really does not have no bounds, and it shouldn't. There should be no bounds of weight, height, sex, sexuality. Any of that stuff should never be a boundary between love. There are some, unfortunately, that we do have. I mean, I wish I could say otherwise, but it is a pure fact. But the bear chaser Chub community is one of the few places that I've actually found that that line is severely blurred, where there's a fine line between the love and the lust, and it's a very very interesting world. I could probably go on for like many vlogs, but I'm sure any of you who aren't into the community would just like go, oh, would you just shut up already? All right, well, I'm gonna probably wrap this up for now, but as I do, I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna be doing a series of sermons. As you know, I am a minister from my last vlog. I'm going to be doing a series of sermons that aren't going to be the hell, fire, brimstone, how to get to heaven, how to get closer to God kind of scenarios. What I'm going to be doing again is a series on getting to know yourself, accepting yourself. We are made up of three different parts, which is your body, mind, and your soul. And a lot of times we will forget about parts of those. When the body is out of rhythm, so is the mind, so is the soul, and we always forget that. So I'm going to be doing a video sermons about these exact facts, how to get these in tune, because as you get these in tune, the closer to the divine you will become, and your relationship with the divine will become far better. And yes, that is like getting closer to God, but the divine is everywhere, just much like the God is. I prefer to say divine because that covers everything. That covers God, that covers Buddha, any spiritual belief out there. It's a divine force that influences and gives us support in our life. A lot of us try to take the divine out of life and put science in. Science is not comforting, folks. Come on. Science is not going to see you through when your parents die or your close friend dies, but the divine will. The divine will stand there and hold you, and we may not acknowledge it, but the divine is there. Anyway, let me get off the soapbox. That's for the next sermon. You all take care, and I'll talk to you later. And here's to you, and here's my coffee. Bye.